Hey, Geocache Talk Network fans. If you love what we do and want to support the shows, we've got two great ways to help keep the adventure going. You can join us on Patreon at patreon.com/geocachetalk for exclusive perks. Or if you prefer a one-time boost, buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/geocachetalknetwork. Every bit of support helps us bring you more geocaching fun, stories, and shows. So whether it's a membership or a coffee, we appreciate you being part of making the Geocache Talk Network operate. Thanks, and happy caching.
Logwork, the creators of the fantastic logbook, made with genuine write-in-the-rain paper. The logbook's designed for the micro-containers of the present and future, geared towards the hider who'd rather go caching than doing cache maintenance. Find them at logwork.com. That's LOGWERK.com.
Calling all geocachers. At artedcrafted.com, we create unique apparel designed by geocachers for geocachers. From custom t-shirts to personalized mugs, our gear lets you express your passion. Stand out at your next event with artedcrafted.com. artedcrafted.com. Gear up for your next geocaching adventure.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Gadget Talk. I'm here with Chad, and we got Jason as well, too, just ducking around, and we have an amazing show for tonight. And not just amazing gadget caches, amazing placement. I've heard some amazing pizza nearby them, so I know I'm excited to go out there and find it. But Chad, how are you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's nice to be back. Another month, obviously, but it's been an eventful month. So we had Cache Fest in Hawaii a couple weeks ago, and it was an amazing time there. Nice and sunny. Terrible pizza though.
Terrible pizza.
Oh man, it was
Oh man.
I had 3 different pizzas, except for I didn't have it at Dole Plantation. My plan was to have a pizza there, a pineapple pizza for you. The line was so crazy, I was not going to wait in line that long.
Oh man. Well, it's okay. And if it's terrible pizza, I mean, I guess that's why you guys aren't staying in Hawaii for Cache Fest, right?
That's right. We had to go just because of the pizza.
Yeah, that's a big decision maker for me. I'll be honest on that one. Yeah. Good pizza nearby. It should be an attribute. Just saying.
It was great weather. Good time. It was fun.
That is awesome. Jason, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm good. Definitely a lot of good pizza in Connecticut.
Oh, man. That's what I like. And we got a lot of good people joining us in the chat room tonight, too. We got Scooby Loves Pooh. He says, howdy from a very hot East Texas. Mr. Tom Brotherman, howdy from Hawaii. He means Selma, Texas. We got Buzz82 from Savannah. So Savannah, next year's location for Cache Fest. Yeah. Mr. Bell on the Move, hello, guys, from his gadget shop in Reno, Nevada. Judy Vaughn, Math Seeker on this one. So hello, Judy. Lacey family, here to learn from Panhandle, Florida. And Tom, wow, reminds me of a picture from the bakery event to send to Mr. Pizza Ninja. Man, I can't wait to check that one out. And we got Nicole B. Genius today. Greetings and salutations, folks. Glad she has her notebook here and ready to learn something new. And we got Reese 486. So hello, Sheila. And Lori, C Biscuit. I was about to say, but Seaback Tribe. Lori, yes. Great to have you here. Amateur Gadget Cache is Mike we have too. And Lost Ken. And man, Rick Dorsey from Rhode Island on that one too. So very cool.
Several of these people were in Hawaii with us. In fact, Seaback Tribe, she was one of the winners of the vault.
Oh, wow. Really? Congrats to her.
Rick was just awesome. With us in Connecticut at our event we had over the weekend.
Really? Very cool. Very
cool. So, yeah, I mean, up to Bill on the Move, I didn't realize he moved to Reno, Nevada. I thought he was still in California. So, shoot, I was going to head down towards that way this summer for fall.
Yeah.
And some caches.
Oh man, guys, and I just got something from Mr. Tom Brotherman just messaged to me. I got to see if I can upload this one because it looks like a thing of beauty right here. Let me see if I can upload this and share this. And Mr. Tom Brotherman, it looks like we have at this little bakery a pepperoni pizza roll. So I'm assuming, Tom, this is not a Morgantown, West Virginia pepperoni pizza roll, that this is a Hawaiian pizza roll. Is that correct, sir? Yeah, we'll see what Tom says on that one, guys.
You would think so in Hawaii, right?
Yeah. You'd really think so on that one for sure. But yeah, so diving into the news a little bit. Oh, zoom in, it's Hawaii. Okay. Oh, very cool, Tom. Okay. So Tom, in the chat room, want you to respond. Do you prefer Morgantown, West Virginia pizza rolls or Hawaiian pizza rolls? I'm kind of curious on this one. I'm kind of curious, guys. But yeah, news chat on Cache Fest. Anything else you want to share?
No, except for next year, Savannah, Georgia, July 11th, I believe. Could be off on that date, but I believe it's July 11th. It's going to be a blast. We have a lot of big plans for the event and super excited.
That's very cool. Are the Savannah Bananas playing at home?
Maybe.
Maybe the party animals.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know that there's a lot of talk about that. So
okay. Sounds like something you can't say more on.
I honestly, we've talked about it, but I don't know much more on it, right? So
Okay.
But yeah,
I won't press you on that one, Chad.
Spill the beans, especially if I don't have them.
Oh man, yeah, it's like that's like spilling marbles or losing your marbles when you don't have any, left.
Yeah, but I've heard from so many people about how excited they are and all the different things we're planning on doing there. It's gonna be fun.
That is very cool, man. That's very cool. And then you have an event coming up too, right?
Yes. So in next month here in Port Orchard, Washington, we're going to take over the city of Port Orchard and have it's called Puzzles, Games, and Gadgets event. Let's see, do you have the shot for that? There you go.
Yep.
On August 23rd of next month. So if you're in Washington or you want to go to a fun event, it's going to be August 23rd. And we're doing is taking over the whole city, about 30 different shops. And you'll find puzzles, games, or gadgets in all these shops. And you got to complete a passport. It's like most of our events that we do, where it's just a lot of fun, a lot of people, and you complete the passport and win a prize at the end.
Wow, that sounds
amazing. It'll be myself and Goblin Dust and a few other team members there. Probably you're going to see a Sasquatch sighting somewhere.
Ooh.
So we'll see.
Well, that sounds fun. And for our audio listeners, the GC code is GCB7TKD, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds awesome. So yeah, it sounds like a real good time.
You're on the East Coast, maybe I'll have to make it out.
Yeah. It's fun. It's a blast to go to. Goblin Dust, if you haven't heard of him, he's an amazing Gadget Cache builder. And he's had events at this city years ago that were a huge blast, and we're excited to be back there. So, and it's a small town, so you walk up and down the street, and you run into cachers the whole way up and down the streets, finding these caches. So, to me, I enjoy talking to cachers all day long. So, I love it.
Wow, yeah, that's really cool, Chad. Yeah, I know, man. That would be really fun to attend on that one.
Yeah. And then that's it. All I'm willing to share. We have other events coming up and other things here in the area, but we'll go over that later for another time.
Very cool. Yeah, and I just wanted to share with people too. One of the things to make sure you stay in touch with everything is Lily Pad Chat. We actually have a Geocache Talk, Gadget Talk group on here. So always feel free to join this, post what you're doing, post the cool stuff on here. I know Jason, who's joining us tonight. I think, Jason, you originally reached out to us for Lily Pad Chat, right?
You posted in one of the Facebook groups and I responded.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. But feel free to
join this.
Yeah, feel free to reach out and join us on that one. It's a really cool group, and let me see on here too. I'm going to post or share the QR code right now. So if anybody's watching this podcast live and you have your cell phone, please feel free to use this QR code to be able to join the LilyPad chat group we have.
Yeah, absolutely. I know Amateur Geocaches is on there. There's several people on there that if you make a build, you have an idea, or you just want to talk about building a gadget, just post it on there, and people get on there and talk. So it's fun.
Yeah, absolutely. But
and there's also a pizza talk, right? A pizza chat too.
Well, it's funny how that worked out, right? Because we had Jeremy Irish, one of the creators of geocaching, on the show to talk about LilyPad chat. And we're just like, well, how does this work? So we're like, let's create a group on here. So one fun group on here too, and I'll share my screen again on here, is it's called Pizza Fans, where people actually post pictures of the pizza that they've had and share it with others. So Jason, you should share some of that awesome Connecticut pizza on there. And
just send in your pictures or your pizza pictures for the night.
Yeah, send in your pizza pictures. People share so many great things on here.
This chat sometimes will just be blowing up all the time to where it's like, oh man, I got to silence that sometime. It's a good chat.
Yeah, but I mean, look at those slices B Genius shared on that one. Merlin 1392. I mean, awesome pizza reviews of places on there. So yeah, such a good group. So yeah, feel free to join that one as well too. And if you guys have any other, groups you want to put out there, create some groups too and invite people. It's pretty fun on that one.
I know Amateur Geocaches has his own group out there too, where he posts his builds on. There's just all kinds of people out there in cool chats.
Yeah, absolutely. But guys, I think it's time to dig in, right, on what we're going to talk about tonight.
We have a lot to talk about. So
yeah, so on here, I mean, big thank you for Jason for joining us tonight on this one. Jason is a very talented gadget cache maker out of Connecticut on here, where I think after the show, a lot of people, if you've not heard of him or have not found his caches, you're going to want to find them on this. But I think, Jason, if you could share with us, kind of tell us a little bit about yourself and, your background too.
Yeah, so I'm a mechanical engineer. Always love tinkering, building things. I'm always working on an engine or something. Found geocaching about a year ago and started hiding October last year. So I've really kind of enjoy the hiding aspect of it. Just the creativity it allows. I mean, I'm trying to build arcade games and all kinds of things that I wasn't doing before. And it's just a fun creative outlet.
Well, very cool. Can you tell us a little bit about your geocaching name?
So my name originally was just my first and last name. And then when I started hiding, I was like, I got to make something a little more fun. So I got a small little hobby farm. We have chickens and ducks, and I was building a cache and all the ducks started waddling by. So, and cool. I just thought it was a fun, obvious pun in there as well, because it's just a game. We're all just having fun with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's always fun listening to cachers and how they got their name. So yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, when I submitted those first videos, you were laughing at my name.
Well, I love them because do you know how Chad got his name, Jason?
No, I don't.
You want me to explain it?
Yeah.
It was my son actually named it because I think I was talking to you earlier, Jason, about it. Is my wife decided, we went on vacation one weekend and she's like, hey, I got this great new game to play. It's called Geocaching. It's like scavenger hunting or treasure hunting in the woods. It's like, oh, okay, whatever. Let's go do it. So she signed up for an account on her own. We went out and found a couple of them and I wasn't very impressed, but we had one account per phone and we were all three of us, me, my son, and my wife was around a phone. And it, you're all looking for a cache and all walk in different directions. So you're trying to use one phone. So I was like, you know what? It's free to sign up. So I'll do it. I didn't know the name I wanted to use just to make it short. So I was putting bouncy balls in all my caches. So my son's like, just make your name bouncy balls. And I was like, I don't like that name. So I came up with bounce, or he said, make a bounce or whatever. And so that's what I came with. Cause I was like, you know what? I don't care. Cause I hate this game. It's so stupid. I'm never going to use that name again. So,
And then what happened?
And long story short is I found a cache that I really enjoyed, and I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. I like this, and I could actually make something like this. So that's where it kind of came from, and it kind of stuck with me. And I think about it, I'm like, I could change my name, but it's kind of late now.
You can't do it, Chad. You can't do it. I mean, Bounce is famous in the geocaching world, and no way you should ever change that, man.
Yeah, I was able to change mine early enough. No one knew me.
Right? So, yep. But that's it. So, anyways, I love hearing how people get their geocaching names.
Yeah, for sure.
And John, yours is obvious because you love calzones.
Yeah, absolutely. The fact is, I was born just 2 miles away from America's second oldest pizzeria, and I don't know if that's true. I just feel like they didn't want to throw their hat in the ring for like fighting for who's the oldest. So they're just like, we'll pick second place and let everybody else duke it out. But yeah, probably I consume my body weight in through eating pizzas. Probably I want to say once every few months, to be perfectly honest. And it like somebody asked me one time, and they're like, you don't really have pizza every day, do you? And I was like, yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
The major food group,
guys. Just love it, just love it. But yeah, Jason, when you started, like just kind of curiosity, like what inspired you to start hiding your gadget caches?
Yeah, so the wholesome short videos actually popped up on my YouTube probably like July last year. And I made an account, I was like, super cool gadget caches hidden everywhere in the woods. And turns out geocaching wasn't that. So I stopped for a little bit, and then picked it back up in like October when the video started rolling around. So you can blame Wholesome for me joining. But my first hide was in October timeframe, and I realized Connecticut doesn't really have many gadget caches. So I decided, why not me? And I started trying to hide some. And the first couple I hid got some great feedback and kind of inspired me to keep going.
Very cool on that one.
Wholesome. He has a lot of great videos.
The funny story about the first gadget cache I hid, I put it out, it took a while to get reviewed. And then when I was going out and putting an instruction sheet or doing something really silly in it, and it got approved when I was out there, and someone found it instantly, but I had no idea it was approved. So I'm just like out there in the woods, and someone comes barreling through the woods, trying to find the cache, thinking I was going for first to find. And I'm like, I'm going to get murdered in the woods. I don't know what this hobby is. No one knows I'm here. There's this guy barreling at me through sticks, branches, prickers. And I'm like, I give up. I don't know what you want. That was my introduction to geocaching. I thought I was getting murdered.
Oh man. Well, I'm glad it's worked out better for you than expected.
I'm glad that didn't happen.
His name was Bob. If he ever watches this, you're really nice, Bob. I love you, but you scared the shit out of me.
Oh man, that is too funny. On that one. And Jason, I don't like we're going to dive into your caches in just a little bit, but your focus is on mechanical geocaches, right?
Yeah, primarily? So I've always just kind of built mechanical things. I don't really have an electrical background. I mean, I'm sure I could learn, but I really enjoy building purely mechanical things. I think it's more of a challenge to kind of communicate things mechanically rather than with an LCD screen or LEDs. And it's kind of a fun challenge that I implemented on myself, per se.
Well, very cool. Well, I'm just wondering, Chad, you got any other questions, or should we dive into the really cool caches?
Well, I'm going to have lots of questions as we dive in. So
okay.
I think we dive in to the caches, but I was reading here, he has 17 gadget caches so far. That's quite a bit. That's more than I have.
Yeah, 5 of them I built for an event we had this weekend, so they're getting released this week and next week. So 17 includes the 5 that are not released.
Okay, but that's more than I've ever had live. I have more caches, just not out because I build them all the time. But I'm pretty picky on where I put them. So that's pretty good. It's a good start.
Yeah, I've kind of just put out a bunch and just tried to figure out what's popular, what's not, and just iterate on them. So figured, see what people like, see what people don't. And I also have the habit of I don't have the ability to really like get an idea and put it in a notebook. I got to build it. So I get an idea and I just got to go to the garage, have a beer, and build it.
Oh, and me, I have a notebook. I know Tricassius, who usually is on here too. He uses a notebook. We both have these notebooks of ideas, because when we're driving is when I get the most of my ideas. I start work at 3 a.m. So usually I have nothing else to do in the morning when I'm driving. So I'm writing stuff down as I'm driving. And so I get that notebook, and then I can start building off of there, start drawing up stuff and making designs. But yeah, that's
really I wish cool. I could do a notebook, but every time I get an idea, I'm just like, I get excited and I want to build it.
That's cool.
Well, I have a terrible memory, so I'll forget it by the time I get home.
Oh man! So guys, do we want to dive in and start talking?
Yes, let's jump into this.
Yeah. So I think we're going to start with Polka Duck right on here.
Sure, whichever one you want to jump into first.
Yeah, let's do this. So I know for me, like when Jason and I were talking, like I don't know how many people out there use Project GC, but I know I was out there and like looking at the what's hot list. I don't know how many people do this. When I checked when we first started talking a while back, and I think just yesterday too, there was one cache in Connecticut on the what's hot list, and it's Polka Duck on here, which is a very cool gadget cache on here. But I guess, just to kind of walk people through it, do you want to talk about it? I can pull up some pictures and,
yeah. So the reason it's on that list is purely because of your Cache Odyssey series. So Connecticut doesn't have many geotours or trails or anything that exist here. So that cache has become one of our more popular caches in the state. So I found nice little cafe that's literally like 530 feet away from our Cache Odyssey hide, and got permission to hide it right outside their business. And it's nearly my favorited cache so far, just because of location, just because everyone traveling through to find the Cache Odyssey hide stops and finds that one as well.
Very cool. That's a smart, incredible placement on that one.
And I tried to make a strategic business decision with that one of how can I make a very simple gadget cache that is an easy difficulty level that is just for the people that are driving through the state, finding that one cache. What would make them want to stop and find a second one?
Yeah. Well, that's very cool. And for people, and I just want to show a picture too on here. Like this is the cache container right here, right?
Yeah, so I put my caches right out in the open. It kind of helps with like no one really messes with them. So this is on the left side of this picture is a cafe. The parking lot is right on the other side of those leaves. And then on the right of this picture is a walking path through downtown Wallingford. So it's right out in the open, but it never gets bothered.
And I want to add here that you get permission from the landowners and everybody to put these caches.
I get permission from everyone, yeah. So Connecticut is very stringent on their hiding regulations. So we need full written permission for every single geocache type.
Want to make sure we add that.
Yeah, so every single thing I do, I get permission for.
Wow.
So I don't want people to go out and start digging holes and cementing stuff in without getting permission. So if you see these, they've all had permission.
Yeah. Oh, that is awesome. And then you have to submit that written permission too, right? When you submit the cache.
Yeah. So I have to submit the proof of the permission. That really helps. And then I just can't do any commercialization for the ones outside of businesses. But the businesses ones I've kind of started getting into those just because it's really easy to find businesses close to highways, close and like very easy. Stop off the exit, find the cache really quick for people passing through.
Little coffee shops off the freeway or off the roads, I find to be the easiest ones to place them at.
Yeah,
so they love.
This one's at a cafe right off, just like that.
Yeah.
And then I'm hiding one tomorrow. It's a fake birdhouse that I debuted over the weekend that I'm putting outside of a garden center, right outside of in the middle of all their plants. I'm putting a birdhouse.
Oh, that's really cool. We do have a few questions from the chat room about from Amateur Gadget Caches. He says he's curious about the mounting solution you use for something like that. And Bell on the Move says, me too. How's it mounted in the ground and on the posts?
So my caches, I make them out of Trex decking purely because Home Depot had a sale over the winter for $5 for an 8-foot board. So I bought like 10 of them and I've just been building out of gray Trex. But I enjoy welding. So I've been kind of welding metal pipes and then I build a metal base on the bottom that everything screws to. And then to make it really easy, it just plugs into another post and I lock it together. So I make a little 5-gallon bucket concrete block per se, and I put that in the ground and then I lock the cache to that concrete block.
That's cool. Great. And usually when I sell people on cement and stuff in the ground, I let them know it's like, it's one bag of cement, a couple shovels of dirt, scoops of dirt I'll take away, and if we remove it, you want to remove it anytime, I'll bring the dirt back and remove the concrete.
Oh yeah, it's a super easy sell I'm building you a standalone post. I'm not touching any of your infrastructure. If you want it gone, I can remove it in an hour. It's a very easy sell to do something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. In Amateur Gadget Caches, he says, elegant system. I could repurpose some old projector mounts and pipes for something similar. So yeah, you could do it in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, so I get all my metal, like the metal pipes are old trampoline posts. So everyone's giving away a trampoline for free on Facebook. No one wants them. So I just pick them up, and then every trampoline is like 10 posts. So great. It's just free metal that I don't have to pay for.
Yeah. And you have the skill to weld them and do all that stuff too, which is nice.
Yeah. Well, that's really cool.
But it also makes them very durable too, to have. It's hard to break metal. You got to really try.
So on Polka Duck, right? That's what we're talking about here.
Yep.
72% favorite. That's good. I mean, that's
John. Have you showed a picture of it yet? I know we're talking about it, but have you showed the overall picture of what it looks like?
He has.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that picture up. I'm gonna put the GC code in the chat too for people. So the GC code for Polka Duck is GCB 8VB2. So I'm gonna post that in the chat, and then let's bring up pictures on this one, because on here we showed the picture of what it looks like, and then when you open it up, here's that internal picture. Do you want to talk about that, Jason?
Yeah, so it's basically just a bunch of ducks I made it based off of my caching name. So 4 of those 15, 20, I don't remember how many there are. 4 of them move backwards. And then they just, there's another picture of the internals, but they basically, and those 4 number blocks in the front, push up a number. And that's your 4-digit combo for the lock. So it's super easy. I think I made it too difficulty, but that's generous. It's just meant to be a super easy cache for the people that are traveling through finding that Cache Odyssey hide. So you just take that metal rod that's coming through the side and you just push the ducks one at a time. And it's just fun. It's kind of cartoonish. It's just, I cut out an old file cabinet and made little metal templates for the ducks, welded them to old stick welding rods that I just had lying around. So almost everything besides the 3D printed parts are just old stuff I had lying around in the garage.
And I'll say you went over on the 7-segment displays, how you activate those. That's genius how you do that. So there's absolutely no batteries required for these at all. It's purely mechanical.
So the next picture, really, John, you have, we can go into the, so this is kind of the internals. And then the next picture, John, you have shows the steps. So it's basically the number blocks themselves need something to be pushed up underneath them, and it raises the numbers. So this, I've used these in a couple of caches so far. This one just uses a little wedge that the duck hinges backwards and pushes a rod forward, which moves that wedge up the ramp, pushing that number plate up and kind of showing you the number. So I can change out the number plates, change out the code super, super easily. Everything is easily replaceable if I have any issues ever in the future. But it's very, very repeatable with 0 issues. And it's kind of funny because I know you guys do the like the magic blocks. This is kind of a mechanical version of the magic blocks. So if I can make any number pop up on that just with those little plates that are in that second from the left, I can interchange those plates.
Yeah, it looks like we got a question from the chat room on this too. It's so Amateur Gadget Caches, Mike is saying, is that a 7-segment model that would usually be servo powered, modified to be mechanical?
I don't know what a 7-segment model is, to be honest, but you could. I designed this myself, but it's very easy to put a solenoid up under it, put a servo, do anything electrical. I just like to kind of challenge myself to make it purely mechanical. So then I'm not going out changing batteries, especially this one. It's like an hour away from my house each way. So it's a good 3-hour drive if I got to change a battery or anything. So this one's nice to be purely mechanical, never have to touch it.
Nice. And yeah, as anybody has any questions, please feel free to put those into the chat room on here. And we'll make sure we do our best to get all the questions answered.
Yeah, I like that. So that 7-segment that he did, the way he did it, absolutely. I love it. It's just by pushing on those rods, how you're activating it versus what he's saying is you can have a servo that just pops it up. Oh, you're going to go right now. Okay.
So I got the little blocks, and I just have these little plates that go up underneath, and it just pushes up the number. So this is a 0, and it just pushes up the number. Or I think it's backwards in the video, but it's a 4 or a lowercase h. But yeah, it's just, I made little, so it's just little ramps, and then these little wedges. Sorry, I got things rolling around now. These little wedges that ride into the ramps, and then you just push them forward in these little holes. Super simple, but it's very reliable.
Yeah, and then Jason, all of those are 3D printed, correct? That you've designed?
Yeah, so I bought a 3D printer a couple months back, and I've just been kind of enjoying printing stuff. I bought a really cheap one off Amazon. Not the carbons that Chad has in the background, but it gets the job done.
I got all kinds of printers. Not all of them are expensive, so you start somewhere and then you can get crazy, but you don't.
Yeah, I went with the cheaper version to start off, but it
nothing
works
wrong with
now.
it.
Yep. And then, guys, we got a question from Tom Brotherman. He says he could make the Gadget Cache version of Resistance as fruitile. Just need some pineapples. I mean, Tom, any Gadget Cache with pineapples, I'm all for. You know, if it's pickles, it would be even better. Just saying on that one. And another comment we got from Amateur Gadget Cache is he says, I love it. And Jason, do you have your 3D models anywhere for sharing?
I don't at the moment. No one's. This is my first time really putting things out there. So, one of our local geocachers, firefighter Skippy, told me to start posting some of my stuff just to get the word out. And then that's when 2 months ago or 3 months ago, whenever I sent you guys the caches for your crank powered Gadget Cache show, and then you asked me to come on. But no, I don't really have much social media or post things. But if you want it, just message me.
Message you through the geocaching.com website, correct? Or the app?
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Anyway, I really like that, how you did that 7-segment. So I don't think I would ever thought about doing it that way.
Yeah, I've never seen one like that before myself. So yeah, hats off to you on that one. That's so cool.
Yeah, it's just the fun part about mechanical caches is I have to communicate a code, give you a key somehow differently. Like I can't just have a number flash up. So it becomes really interactive for the end user. So it's more of a fun end user experience of seeing something move, seeing how it works, which people seem to enjoy.
Very cool. Yeah, and Lost Ken says very nice on this one. Any questions anybody has on Polka Duck? If not, we've shared the GC code. We encourage people to check it out on here. But any other questions on this one, guys, or you want to move on to the next one?
I say we move on. We have a lot to go over in this short show. We're probably going to have to be back at some point.
Yes, I know. There's so many cool Gadget Caches on here for sure. It was
that was just the beginning, and I would love to have you participate in one of the challenges here in the future.
Yeah,
Sure.
absolutely. Do we
Yeah,
want
I've been trying to build stuff that people haven't seen before. Just if you're going to take the time out of your day to drive through and find one of my gadgets, like I want you to have a new experience that you haven't had before.
That's great. I've built some that I've spent a lot of time on where I thought, oh, that's going to be unique. And then someone sends a picture from Germany of one just like it. I'm like, oh man, I thought I spent all this time designing this and there's one just like it.
I had that same exact thing, but Sweden.
Yeah. Sweden. So, but it's fun. I enjoy designing them and making them. That's the fun part for me. And then once you put them out, hearing about the logs, that's the fun part. So if someone else has one like it, it's the way it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
yeah, it's like these blocks. I thought they were new and novel, but you guys made them electrical, and it's just something different. Everyone has the kind of same ideas. You just do it your own way.
Yeah, but yours is mechanical, and like we said earlier, I get more favorite points on my basic caches without electricity, just the mechanical ones, than I do with my high-end electronic ones. It's amazing. And what you have to go through on that, your design on that is so much more work than adding batteries to a 7-segment display, right? And magnets. So your design on that, watching them, and this is just the first one. We've gone over several of these before the show with Jason, and his designs are amazing. So
thank you.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I have fun designing them. It's been.
What design program are you using?
Inventor right now, AutoCAD.
Okay. Nice. I don't know if I haven't used that one.
It's basically the same as it's a cheaper version of SolidWorks.
Nice. I know a lot of people use Tinkercad because it's free and fairly simple. You can also do circuits on that, and then
that's some other browser versions, right?
Yeah. So that's one I see a lot of people using. So that's what I usually recommend to people to get started on.
Yeah, very cool, guys. Do you want to?
I'm lucky. My job lets me use our CAD software in after hours.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Do we want to talk about Dime Piece a little bit?
Let's move on to Dime Piece.
Okay. I'm going to post the GC code to Dime Piece in the chat for everybody on here, and then I'll announce it to our audio listeners, and then let's dig on that one. So the GC code is in the chat for here, who everybody wants to access, if anybody wants to access it, is GCB2BFW for Dime Piece Gadget Cache on here. So Jason, tell us about this one.
So this one is modeled off of an old arcade game. I don't know, John, if you want to show a picture or a video first.
Maybe let's show a picture first.
Yeah, so it's basically just an old coin arcade game that you slide a coin in that blue slot, it comes back down that white ramp, and then you got to spin it into one of those holes on that blue main disc. So there's a key to get to the little treasure chest inside of that middle orange piece. So there's a lot of simple mechanics underneath the plate that had to be designed to be able to consistently get that key out. So it's basically, if you want to show the video, John, I know the video shows all the mechanics.
Let me do this. So I'll play this video, guys. And when we do that, our microphones are going to be muted, but you'll see the video of everything going through here. And any questions on this one, pop it in the chat, but I'm going to play the
pushes the pin up in the center, which pushes the key out. After the key's out, the paintbrush knocks the dime off. Then you spin it around, and the key will fall right out.
That's super fun. I love the paintbrush on there. I would have sat there and thought, how do you make the key go off? And then you'd have to have the clearance on it without it hitting it would be
you'd have to work with that with a paintbrush. It just brushes it off. It's so simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one, the hardest part for me on this one was keeping it simple. Just like you can design a million things to knock the dime off, lift the key out, but as simple as possible is the most, like it'll just last the longest.
That's really fun.
But yeah, it's just basically a big lever. So I designed it to use dimes purely for the standpoint of it decreases the ability for cachers to mess with it. So if I made it quarters, you could shove nickels, you could shove pennies, you could shove anything in there. Dimes are the smallest thing. You can't shove anything else in there. So it really limits what a cacher can mess with on the cache, just because this one has a lot of intricacies in it. So limiting the access, I guess you could say, really helps this cache. It has no maintenance issues. The color, the pictures we showed beginning had different parts in there just because I bought fun new colors on Prime Day and wanted to put some new fun colors in the cache instead. But the hardest part was honestly the dimes weigh nothing. So getting them to lift up a metal rod was the hardest part. But just getting the geometry of the lever right, it took a lot of little trial and error. So I have a lot of these little test prints left over.
Cool.
It's like my drawer of test prints, right? You got to print stuff to see if it works, and it doesn't work. And I've learned I just got to start throwing stuff away.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I've got a whole file cabinet drawer of prints that I'm like, what do I do with? Like, they're just the drawer of broken parts.
Chad,
And I'm going to wait until they come out with a filament recycler so you can actually make your own filament at home. And they have one now, but it's so expensive. You could buy a lot of filament for that price of that machine. So
yeah, I was like, I had the same exact thought, maybe try to repurpose it, but you're just what you said. It's not worth the price.
Oh, man. Chad, you could make those into trackables with the mission to visit other gadget caches.
we could. I have all kinds of stuff. That's a good idea.
Could be fun. Just saying, make it to people who've been on Gadget Talk, like make it out to Jason's questions, caches. And man, Jason, you're getting a lot of love in the chat here on this one. Lost Ken says, wow. Tom Brotherman, that is awesome. Virtual favorite for me. Bell on the Move, it's like a Rube Goldberg machine. I love it. And Rightendo says, hey guys, I found most of Jason's caches and they are the best. They never fail to amaze me on that one. And question Jason from Amateur Gadget Caches, who says, did you machine the crank gears or repurpose them from something else?
So it's just a little gearbox. They sell them on Amazon for, I think it was 20 or 30 bucks. So this was the first one I bought. It was just a 1-to-1 ratio, which spun the plate way too fast. So you were having dimes fly off of it. But no, I didn't machine the gears. Fortunately, I don't have a lathe or mill or CNC or anything. But just super easy little gearbox, and bought some flanges that I can attach all the 3D printed parts to it. So I ended up having to go to a 5-to-1 reducing gearbox, just so every time you crank, the plate spins nicely. Otherwise, you'd lose all the dimes very quickly.
It'd be cool if you could make it a path tag you have to use, and then you can collect path tags. They have to have a path tag in your cache, but
that would be cool, like a path tag collection machine. Yeah, and I want to share on this one too, Jason. I think I got this right for Dime Piece. This is your external enclosure, which actually looks like a kiosk with like the map of the park too, right? In the map.
Yep. So this one is it's a little park we have the town over from me, and I built all 3 of the. There's 3 in this park. All of them are right on this little main stretch of road, so it gets walked by probably 50 to 100 people a day. It's a very busy park. But I built them into kiosks, so no one thinks any different of them. People walk by this every single day, never notice it. When I was switching out those parts just for more fun colors inside, there was an old lady that walked by and was like, "What are you replacing in your electrical box?" And It's like thinking it's a utility box or something, but it's mounted to a dead tree. So I don't know what kind of electrical you run through dead trees.
Yeah. No, that is really cool. I love how you did that and designed it that way.
But yeah, I've been trying to put them out in the open just so it's very easy for you to get to, but also it discourages being vandalized or ruined. And then making them trailhead signs, making them part of the park itself discourages that as well. It's been working for me. That one's like 6 months old, I think, and it's been no issues, which has been nice.
That's really smart, making them as to look like it's supposed to be there and part of the park. Then yeah, people won't mess with it, hopefully.
But yeah, the hardest part is honestly, I bought little menu holders, and they just give out the park maps. So the park maps never stay dry in the menu holders. It's the worst part of that cache.
Nice.
But yeah, that was a fun one. It was just based off an arcade game. I've been in a big game mood lately, just trying to make things that are very fun for the cacher. So trying to give the end user a really fun, new, and novel experience.
Yeah. And I was going to say, aligned with that one, I mean, if we want to go ahead and talk about Skee-Ball too, I mean, that seems like a really cool one. And let me pop up the GC code to Skee-Ball in the cache on here too. And I'll put that in the comments for people. And Tom Brotherman says, think how much money he could make if he kept all the dimes on there.
No one puts dimes in it. I put a little magnetic container up under it, and it's got like the same probably 10, 15 dimes as when it started.
Huh. That's funny. You could 3D print something with weight in it too that's the size of a dime or a special thing on there. But yeah, I mean, why reinvent the wheel if you can just use dimes?
Yeah. I tried to not do that, just for if someone does take them, you probably have a dime somewhere in a cup holder in your car. So
under my seat somewhere.
Yeah, you could probably find a dime somewhere if someone does take the $1.50 that is in the magnetic container. I just didn't want you to get up to the cache and not be able to do it because someone took all the tokens or took something.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah, that's very cool. And I just dropped the GC code in the chat for the next one, which is Skee-Ball, which is GCB5W1W on here. And Jason, let me bring up Skee-Ball on that one, and I'll bring up a picture if you want to talk.
This is probably the only one people know me from, just because this is the first Facebook post I ever did. If people were to know me, this is because of this cache.
Yeah.
So it's just
I was sure it was the video.
Birdhouse I built. Yeah, I thought it was the video too. I was waiting.
Oh yeah. Here.
It's just a fake birdhouse in the woods. So this is the same setup as Polka Duck. It's welded to a galvanized post out of a trampoline.
Okay.
And it's just concreted in the ground. So it's off a walking path, probably like 15 feet off a walking path. Very, very easy to get to. When I was installing it, people were walking by asking, "What types of birds are you trying to get?" And I was like, "Cache birds." They didn't joke.
That's awesome. Yeah, let me show the video now, because you guys are right. The video does it justice on here. So let me play this, and our mics will mute for just a few seconds while it plays.
Yeah, so again, super very mechanical design. You got to roll a ball up a chute and land it in each of the 4 holes. And then that presses a little pin out, which gives you the number. So I don't know if you can see that on the screen, but these 2 numbers, they just poke out a little bit. So I didn't actually expect that. Actually added a lot of difficulty because people expect LEDs. So they're just sitting there, they roll a ball in a hole, and then they're like, nothing lit up, nothing made a noise. So that it's kind of been interesting to get those kind of logs, because making them purely mechanical, people expect some sort of electrical things in there because that's what they're used to. But this was just, I mean, everyone knows Skee-Ball. I was just kind of wanted to put out a cache one day and built this. This one was probably like a 4-day build, super quick. And you just roll the balls up and land them in the holes. And this is the one that our local cacher convinced me to start just getting the word out. And I posted this one and it got a ton of likes. My wife and I were going to the Cape Cod on vacation. I had to shut my phone off because it just kept going beep, beep.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you say it was like over 3,000 likes or something? Like,
yeah, I think it was like 3,000, like 3,500 or something on one of the sites, and then there were other ones that I posted it on, and every single time it would just come up on our the front screen of the car, and just, you have a new Facebook notification, and we couldn't even see the directions while we were driving.
Oh no!
I had to delete Facebook.
That's funny. That's a lot of likes on Facebook. That's great.
But yeah, this is a fun one. I mean, everyone knows Skee-Ball. So it was just the interesting design was getting everything to fit within one Trex board. So I got 5.5 inches to play with. So getting everything to be at the right angle for it runs off of steel ball bearings. So marbles aren't heavy enough. So it's just a 3/8 steel ball bearing that you roll up and it just presses a lever that's behind the cache, which just pushes a pin forward. So it's super easy, super repeatable, and no one has access to this. So the chute only accommodates that size ball, so you can't put bigger balls in there. You can't mess with it in any way like that. So it's just an easy design. That's I like the mechanical caches just because they last, and you can make them you can design out a lot of the maintenance. You can design out a lot of the issues people would have with them. So it makes them very repeatable in the long run.
Yeah, it looks like the way you design that is if you have any issues with it, you can actually just have a second one made and just go and swap out the front of it.
I mean, I made one for this, so now I got a spare.
Yeah, so you just swap it out. That's super easy especially when you're doing cache maintenance. You have to sit there for hours trying to figure it out.
I tried to make everything easy on myself. Everything is assemblies within assembly. So if anything ever has an issue for some reason, I just print another one, pop it in, and call it a day. So my maintenance is down, probably just down to minutes. If I honestly, the biggest maintenance item I have are locks. Yeah. I can't find a lock for the life of me that can stand up to people. I had someone shove a screwdriver in a lock the other day. Just people are vicious on locks for some reason.
Yeah, I was going to say, Chad, have you found any good locks that you'd recommend to people that stand up? Or
there's one that's been really good so far. I don't have one with me. It's at my building. I don't think I do. I'll take a look here in a minute.
The one I started using is just this Amazon Basics lock. It's $5 for a 3-pack. It's the cheapest one on Amazon, but it's the only one people haven't been able to break so far.
Does that have the reset button in the back?
So you just got to turn the dial. So someone can't reset it. That's the only issue.
Yeah. Some of those older ones had a reset lever in the back. So once you open it, you can change the dial. And I used to have to do JB Weld in there so that people couldn't change the code on accident on there. But yeah, I have several of those on a hatchery cache I have around, and I replace them probably once a year. They just stop working, but they're not the most expensive locks, those type. It's tough with locks and people. I mean, either the lock doesn't hold up or people don't understand how they work and they try and force them.
Yep. So, or shove a screwdriver in them.
You shove a screwdriver in them, whatever. It's, yeah. So now I take it on that cache, when you get the 4 digits, there's a separate part of the cache where you put in the combination to the lock to get the logbook, right?
Yeah, so if you put the picture up, there's the upper section. Okay, so the cable resets on one side, and then that blue lock comes out, and then the door opens. You got room for a couple trackables, and I've been doing. So the nice part about mechanical gadget caches is I don't have to fully waterproof them, so they're water resistant. I make everything out of Trex, metal, plastic, so everything can withstand water. and then I just put the logbook inside of a waterproof container. So I try to keep water out, but water gets into everywhere no matter what you do. So I just give it a place to get out at the end of the day. So I never seal the caches. I never silicone them, never truly make them waterproof. I just make them weather resistant. Nice part about mechanical versus electrical caches. Lets me do that.
Yeah. It's just an extra challenge if there's water in there.
Yeah. I was going to say that looks like so much fun to do that cache on that one. And
all one is just fiddling and playing with the ball while we were waiting. It's definitely a fun one. I enjoy it. But that one actually has a terrible favorite point rating just because the Facebook posts I did, it brought in so many new cachers, which was kind of fun to do as well. I don't even know if it has 10 favorite points, and it's been out for a couple months, but it brought in a ton of new cachers to the state, which was actually really cool to be a part of.
Yeah, that is awesome. I would definitely travel for that one. That cache seems like it's like one, if you're with a group, everybody would probably have to do that, like one-on-one, you know.
I think I'm going to have to make a road trip at some point. I have so many road trips I need to make, but these seem like these are amazing.
It's probably only your biggest road trip on your list from Seattle to Connecticut.
And you have so many more here. What's your next one? We have time to go over one more real quick. What's the next one you want to go over?
It's completely up to you. We can go over my first one, which was Lake Monster. That's probably the one that really got me into hiding just because it was new and novel. It's super, super simple, but it's a gadget cache underwater. So it's basically just a cement block in the middle of a pond with a pull cord on it, and it's a scuba diving container. So it's super, super simple, but no one had ever seen one like that before. So you just keep pulling the string in until you get the cache.
You got the video of that one, John?
Yeah, and before we pull up the video, I'm going to drop the GC code in the chat for that one. So for our audio listeners, that's GCAZGKX on that one. And yeah, let me pull up the video. And again, when I play the video, our mics will be muted and it will go through and then we'll talk about it. But this one's really cool, guys. I'm going to play it now. Go.
So that's the story I told earlier about the guy chasing me through the woods was for that cache. I was just putting an instruction sheet inside of saying how to rehide it properly, and then I got chased through the woods. But that was the first gadget cache I made. It's I don't even know if it is a true gadget cache, but just something fun.
Well, I mean, it requires, in my opinion, you either need to use a mechanical, electrical mechanism to get the cache. And you kind of are using a pulley system, right?
Yeah, so it's a pulley system. Originally, it was all above ground, but my issue became people would pull both strings, not realizing it was a pulley system, and they would pull the concrete block with all they had and actually pull the block on shore. Now I have a pipe underground, so you only have access to one cord. That's really helped is limiting the access people have to different things. If they can do it, like if you build it in a way that they can do it wrong, someone's going to do it wrong.
And you'll learn later on that something you didn't think about, they're going to figure out how to do it differently. And you got to
always.
Oh, yes.
You got to do a workaround.
We had the event this past weekend, and I displayed 5 gadget caches, and just watching the people was a different experience for me because you design things in one way and then someone does it completely different.
I had a little on one of mine, because I always take mine out to test at events around here. I had a kid show me how to get into it without, there's no way I would ever thought about getting into it. And it cheated a workaround, but he's like, oh, just do this. And it worked. And I'm like, I can't believe it. So redesign. But that's what happens.
I had the same exact thing happen for one of these caches that I put out, but then I was like, oh, it's kind of fun. I find it kind of a fun workaround if you figure it out. So I kept it in.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
That's fun.
Uh, but yeah, it's been fun building the mechanical caches. Just they're challenging to design, but they hold up for a long time. The materials I use really hold up, and then it's been a fun hobby to get into. I'm almost a year into hiding now.
And you said you haven't had any issues with water into that one, right?
Been out for 10 months and it's still bone dry. I took that video this morning. Inside
awesome.
is still, it's a little algae on the outside, but that's
part of the challenge when you try to open it. It's slippery.
Just get your hands a little green.
Yeah. So do you use any Right in the Rain paper in case it gets water in it, or?
It's in a Ziploc bag, yeah.
Ziploc bag.
And it's not Right in the Rain paper now, just because when I put it out, I didn't know that existed. But it's still doing well in there. But eventually, yes, I would probably have to change it out to Right in the Rain paper.
And I think I saw a picture of that one too, where someone found it when it was iced. The lake was iced over, right?
Yeah, so that's the hardest part of that one, but I figured it out where Connecticut, all of our lakes freeze probably February to March. And I just put a Simply lemonade bottle. So that lemonade bottle is square on the bottom, but it's tapered. And I put very high salinity salt water in it. So that water didn't freeze. So you're able to pull out the bottle, and then it kept you a little 4x4 square hole that you're able to pull a cache out of.
Wow.
So it's kind of my winter system of keeping one tiny part of the lake from freezing.
And I think we have a video of that one too, right?
Yeah, I think so. It was actually more fun to find in the winter because you see the cache bobbing up underneath the ice.
Yeah. Let me play that one. I think that would be cool for people to see.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
I don't have anything like that. I don't even know if I would have thought about hiding one like that. There's one I want to do at a lake around here, but I want you to have to swim down 5 feet to find it.
Oh.
The problem is in Washington, you only got 3 months out of the year where you're willing to jump in the water. So I don't know if that will happen.
Well, it's just called polar plunge, Chad. And, for everybody else, I mean, they just got to be creative.
You just made a new attribute.
Yeah. The polar plunge attribute.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, why not?
Yeah. Ice baths are hot right now. It's good for your mind, they say.
Oh, okay. Well, you can make a cache that's really good for people's minds then.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Well, that was cool. I tell you, you have so many more caches, like we said before, out and to go over. I'd like to have you back in the future to maybe go over a few more. But I want to encourage everybody who's listening or is listening in the future on this to go out and find these caches and then, write some good logs on these. I'm going to follow some of these caches that we talked about tonight, and I'm really interested in reading the logs on these. So, I would definitely recommend that, and I'm going to put it on my list to go out there and try and find them. How far are they from you, John?
Oh man, I gotta see, because I think for a plane ride to Rhode Island or Connecticut, I think it's probably just like an hour-ish flight, from Buffalo.
Weekend for you then.
Yeah, so
I think it's like a 5-hour drive.
Yeah, but I'm thinking if I do that, if I fly out there, get a rental car, go out, because the big thing for me, right, with driving is the pizza factor. I know I'm going to go into a pizza coma at least once on a weekend, probably multiple times if it's Connecticut, to be perfectly honest. So if I can get that flight out there, get the rental car, and have some good stops, I think that's the way I got to do it, guys. So, and I know, I mean, you're inspiring people, Jason, to go out there. It's just Judy Vaughn. Judy's saying she has a reason to go to Connecticut now. They all look fun on here. And CP590 on here, Andy, he says you're not far from Long Island. He's going to have to plan a trip up there soon on that one. So I think you're going to get a lot of people coming out your way to check out these awesome caches.
I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, when you come down to Connecticut, we'll get some New Haven pizza.
Oh, yes.
And then
Pizza
go into a food
capital of the
coma.
world.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm loving it. Pizza, Gadget Caches. You guys are talking my language on here. Oh man, and Rick Dorsey on here. John, I can host you if you come to Rhode Island, Connecticut. Awesome, Rick. That would be very cool on that one, sir. Appreciate that. Yeah. So I like that. But guys, any closing thoughts for tonight, Chad?
Again, if you're in the area, go find his caches. I enjoyed having you on. Thanks a lot, Jason, for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
To the show. I love, I do a lot of teaching or showing of how to build stuff, but for me, talking to other people and seeing what you come up with, especially your designs, are amazing. The mechanical aspect of it is completely different than what I usually do. So I love seeing this, and it makes it exciting for me and actually makes me want to go out and build something. So
awesome.
this is great.
You build one electrical, and I'll do the same idea mechanical.
Yeah.
See what the difference is.
We need to have a challenge coming up for something like that. In fact, soon here we're going to have a challenge for doing Sasquatch hides. So maybe we'll have to put it on, integrate it with that.
Yeah. And Jason, you got a question too from Mr. Rick Dorsey on here. Where are you putting the basketball cache?
So that was one I displayed over the weekend. It was a metal pipe that's probably 14 feet high, and you press a throttle cable, like an old boat throttle cable, and it just lifts the rim on the basket. And then you got to shoot a little wooden ball up 14 feet and make it in the basket. But Rick, I think that one's going in, and I've got a place in Southington right now for that one. But that one will probably be the last out of the 5 to be released, just because it takes a little bit of maneuvering. It's definitely, I think I built the world's tallest gadget cache with that one.
Now, I want to come up here too, is we're going to do a Sasquatch one here, but in the future, I have someone who wants to challenge us to doing a night cache hide.
Ooh.
So I would love to see what we could do for night caches, because you could do glow in the dark filament, or UV light would make it light up right at night. Yep. There's all kinds of stuff you could do. So just keep in mind, those two different ideas. That's going to be.
I actually started trying to build a night cache. They make reflective tape that just looks pure black. And then when you shine a light on it, just a regular light, it turns white. So I was trying to play around with something like that, but haven't finished a design of that yet. And now I just have the rolls laying in the workshop of the tape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you know what? I have ideas and all kinds of stuff, and I buy the parts, and they're still sitting in boxes. Someday I'll get to them, hopefully.
I got the sense, though, Chad, whenever you want to build something, you probably got most of the stuff to do some pretty cool things, though.
I have a lot of stuff, but I'm getting rid of a lot of stuff too. I've learned that I got to just clean. I have too much stuff.
Oh man. Well, we can always have another great gadget giveaway, right? Yeah, for sure. But Jason, thank you for joining us tonight. Any closing thoughts that you want to have before we adjourn?
No, thanks for having me. And anyone needs any help with mechanical caches, just reach out. Happy to help.
Very cool. Well, sounds good. And if anybody wants to reach out to Jason, his geocache name is JustDuckingAround. You'll find it in all the caches that we shared on this one. And Jason, if you don't mind sticking around after the show, we'll close the show down and catch up and wrap up. But thank you guys for joining us tonight. We have a Geocache Talk show on July 27th on We Know Experimental Features, but on the topic of growing experimental features. So stay tuned to that for more. And we'll have some pretty cool stuff coming up down the road. But thank you guys for joining us, and I hope everybody has a great night.
Yep. And then the next Gadget Talk show is August 19th.
Awesome. That's going to be a lot of fun.
So we'll see everybody on August 19th, and I'll post what that will be about here soon.
Awesome. Well, sounds great. Okay. Hey, good night, guys.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Good night. Thanks for watching.
Take care.